Thank you for joining me on the Way Up podcast with your host, Geoff Knoll. In this week's episode, I speak from my own experience about things that I've found that are a source of my energy. I also talk about leaning into the new identity of the person that you're becoming. The Way Up podcast is sponsored by me. I'm a real estate broker in Missouri, and I believe that sharing this journey with you is worth my investment. This podcast is about the process of going the way up, escalating to your full potential and reaching your goals. And I can't think of a better way to connect you to my purpose of what this is about than to include you in my journey myself. So I just got back from a run. I ran just shy of 5 miles here close to my house. When weather's been nice, I've been out a handful of times running 5K max, really. I've done that a handful of times throughout the winter, but I have not identified myself as a runner. I have just kind of surrounded myself with people that run to keep me motivated to keep moving. But I wanted to share a kind of breakthrough that I had in my run today. First, before I went and ran, I was on Facebook, I was scrolling, and I saw a friend of mine, Melissa Martinez. She is always posting these live videos. It's about some scripture that she just read and how that has impacted her each day. So she shares this. Awesome, you should totally follow her. She's very uplifting and just has all kinds of great nuggets to take away to help you get through your day better. But I hear that, I'm just kind of uplifted and excited, and I have also been listening to an audiobook by David Goggins. It's his new book, Never Finished. I highly recommend it if you haven't heard it, or if you've, his first book was, Can't Hurt Me. Both of those, very good. I've not done with the second one, but I was listening to that when I ran earlier this week, and he was talking about winning the seconds, not focusing on the end goal at all, but just focusing on the next second. He talks about becoming a Navy SEAL, having to go through Hell Week, and I believe it's 130 hours or 138 hours, I'm not 100% sure, but he talks about winning each second. He said the guys that ring the bell and give up and get out of it, they don't lose in a day and they don't lose in an hour. They give up, they quit in 1 second of weakness, of feeling like they can't keep going. So just leaning into, I just have to win this second and this next second and this next second, and focusing, bringing that in closer, that is really motivated me to get through that run. I hadn't run that far. I didn't stop and walk once. I made it through. So I was feeling very uplifted. And another thing that I think really energizes me, and I've noticed it a number of different times, I listen to Christian music while I'm running. And Christian music has come a long ways over the years, from the time that I was a kid to now. It's awesome. Like, there's all kinds of music, but when you are in the right state of mind and you are just feeling connected, there is not a whole lot that's better than that. You feel so energized. I felt like I could have ran that all over again. And it was honestly because I felt connected, uplifting, encouraging, empowering music, filling my minds and thoughts, keeping me focused. And whenever I would start to get tired, I've got a number of hills between me and where I turned around. And whenever I would start to get tired, and normally that's where I would start walking, and I would tell myself, conserve your energy on the hill so you can make it. But I was telling myself, win this second. That's all I have to do. It doesn't matter if I make it home, but I'm not going to quit when I feel like I have to. I'm going to keep pushing on, persevere, and keep on making it happen. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I feel like if I can pass
anything that is making me feel energized. That is what helps you get through your week of all of the things that you want to do. Because if you have big dreams to do big things, then that's going to require work. And putting out work is going to take energy. It's going to take a lot of your energy. You're going to have to put forth a lot of energy. Another thing I want to talk about is yesterday we went and helped my aunt and uncle. They bought some land out by the Lake of the Ozarks, and they just asked for some help doing some cleanup. They said, oh, we're gonna do this burn party. We're burning off leaves and cleaning up. And to be honest, the first thought that came into my head, and I even feel ashamed for it, but the first thought was, well, man, I've got a lot of work to do on my own property. If I'm gonna spend a whole day working, I probably need to do that at my place. And it was brought to my attention, hey, well, you have things that you want to do. It's more fun to work with other people. Why don't you just go help them? And I'm sure they'll come help you whenever you have a project. What? Light bulb. Help each other out. We had the best day yesterday. We worked from like 10 o'clock in the morning till, I don't know, 4:30 or 5. And we were working the whole time, but it was fun. And the weather was awesome. We got to enjoy hanging out with our aunt and uncle that is our friends. They're awesome people. And we talked to them. They're like, hell yeah, we'll come help you out whenever it's time to do stuff at your house. We want to hang out with you. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Whenever you are leaning into the thought, you're giving in to, man, it's the weekend, I don't want to do anything, I have to go all week. Don't be a recluse. It's okay to have a hermit moment now and then, just to recoup and lick your wounds. But don't be afraid to get out and be involved and do things to help other people, because that will come back and it will be helpful for you, and you'll find that you get so much enjoyment out of it yourself. So do those things. I think that it will make your life better. Maybe you don't identify yourself as a runner. I do now. I'm a runner. My identity has changed, and something to keep with you also is, as you learn to change your identity into who you're becoming, you fall in love with the process even more. And if you can stay passionate and in love with the process, the end result, it may not be what you expect, but it's going to be awesome. You're going to continue getting better if you just put in the effort and decide that you're going to love it, because motivation comes and goes. You have to learn how to power through and keep going even when you don't want to, but find things that energize you and go back to them, because you have to keep finding things to keep you interested, because it's very easy to feel like, okay, I've reached this certain point, I've hit this milestone, I'm ready to let off the gas. But if you will just keep going, it's so much easier to keep going than to get started once you stopped. So I'm glad that you are with me. I hope you have a fantastic week, and join me in the next episode of The Way Up with your host, Geoff Knoll. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Boom.
Yeah, boy.